Good afternoon, and Shark Tank Productions would like to welcome you to the 4th annual Doc Narod Cup, played between the Burnaby Twilighters, known as the Twits, and the Semi-Am War Boys, known as the SOBs. This will be the 4th rendition of the Narod Cup, first played in 2017, where the SOBs were the inaugural victors, and then in 2018-2019, the Twits won both encounters. Due to COVID, 2020 and 2021, there were no games, and for those of you new to the game of rugby, in Canada, the Doc Narod Cup is played typically over 2 legs, and the winner wins on aggregate. And the first leg was played in the fall, where the Twits came out victors 5-3. In Canadian Masters Rugby, they don't work in multiples of 5 for tries. They treat the result as if it was a soccer game. I think partly because the ability to do math diminishes with age. So 5-3 is the score from the first leg. Joining me today in the commentary booth, we have Bill Beresford, ex-SOB president and still playing with the SOBs. Welcome, Bill.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for doing this, Andy. It's a beautiful day. Looking good out there. The field's in great shape and excited for today's game.
Yep. And on camera, we have Brad Edmondson, another ex-SOB player, with our cameraman consultant, Wade Carpenter, in the booth. Glorious weather, Billy. We wait all year for weather like this. I know we're in the final throes of the season in April with only a few weekends left, but you couldn't ask for better weather for a rugby game. Probably 8 Celsius, maybe -3 with a wind chill.
Yep, and gale force 7 wind, I would think.
I believe the warm-up is now complete underneath the deck. I think they all had a few shots of whiskey in memory of Doc. Doc Narod sadly passed back in 2014 at the age of 89. Doc played his last game at around 86 years of age. And the reason this competition is played between both the Twits and the SOBs is, I believe, Billy, you may know better than I, is that Doc represented both teams.
That's right. Doc was one of the founding members of the SOB rugby, and then he moved over to the Twits, which was his original team, I believe.
We've had a few little technical glitches this morning. One of them was our co-commentator, Lee Sullivan, sadly can't join us, and then the referee bailed, I believe, with a positive COVID test. So in true rugby spirit, we're able to muster up Billy as our colour commentator today, and we were able to find a young referee out of Vancouver who, at late notice, was able to get the bus down. Partly was bribed to be here in the middle of his exams at UBC. Partly 3 years free subscriptions with Tinder did the job, and hoping that he can make the step up from mini rugby to a slightly higher standard of over 40s rugby. So it should be an interesting debut for the young referee.
Good enough.
And in true Tim Tarling style, there are some leftover whiskies in memory of Doc Narod. Here's the Doc.
Here's the Doc. All the best. Cheers, boys. It's a beautiful thing.
Kick off any second. Looks like the Twits will be kicking off from left to right. The Twits are in the blue and white, and the SOBs are still huddling in the gold, light blue and dark blue, representing the colours of the former Semi-Am Wall Bulls and the Bayside Sharks, with whom they are now affiliated with.
It's good to see some new faces out there on the field today for the SOBs. We got Adam Roberts and Van Staveren is his name, I believe. And yeah, they're looking like a decent team today. Hopefully we can give them a run for the money.
Well, it's a real ring, as apparently the SOBs are without a victory in 2020. Not that anybody keeps score, apparently, and the Twilighters are arguably the strongest team in the league. So I believe a couple of ringers have been called in for the SOBs, and having watched the warm-up and inputted that into our supercomputer, the prediction that came out with a bit of artificial intelligence, Bill, it's going to be a 0-0 tie today.
Yeah, let's hope it's going to be a good win for the SOBs. We've got to see Dave Narod. It'd be nice to see him run over the field. We've got Big Mike Wilson up there. So, yeah, I'm pretty confident we've got this.
That's right. Dave, Doc's son, will be playing today. Dave told me pre-game that he managed to play 20 games with his father at the over 40s level. And Big Andy Fiddis there takes the ball from the kickoff. Goes to ground. Sets up a good platform for the young-looking SOB backs.
That's the mayor's son.
Dave McCallum, I believe, kicked that ball away.
Yeah.
Kicking not a big part of over 40s rugby. I think the risk is obviously hip displacement and soft tissue damage. So they tend to keep the ball in hand. Oh. Not what you would expect to see at this level, but no love lost between these two teams apparently.
Yeah.
Twilighters have the ball. Missed pass. Looks like there's some room out wide. SOB defense looking a little bit tired already. And the big Twits hooker goes on a rumble. Play goes left, sharp pass from the 9. Big carry from the big second row. Going through the phases. And a little kick in behind the SOB winger, Ian Gendel. Ian Gendel, the fast South African known as Chicken. Not quite sure, Billy. Can you shed any light on that nickname?
No, you know what? I have no idea why they call him Chicken. I'll be honest with you. But he's a hell of a runner and a great tackler too. He's backed up by number 13, Satoshi Zama, who's an incredible tackler and a fast runner. He's always a good asset on the field there.
Satoshi Zama, yeah, played several years ago for the Bayside men. Arguably one of the strongest players on the SOB team. Great footwork, fancy feet. Line out to the SOBs.
Okay.
Clearance kick not quite finding touch.
Oh, it's going to be perfect.
Oh, what a wonderful 60 centimetre kick. Do you think the wind played a factor there, Billy?
I think so. I think it blew it down the field an extra 20 yards or so.
Great line out there by the SOBs. Arguably the best looking engine room in Canadian rugby there with Andrew Fiddis and Jeff Bagshaw, known as the Duchess. So Jeff just got back from Ottawa where he was working a side hustle as a stunt double or for Justin Trudeau. As you can see them, they're just coming to the line out. You've probably got the two best lids, the two best hairdos in Canadian rugby there. Their sponsors, Rogaine, Vidal Sassoon, and L'Oreal will be very happy with them both playing today. And the Twits win the ball through the hands. Good carry by the outside centre.
Good tackle though, good leg tackle.
Break there by the...
he's running backwards. Oh, he
big handoff. Big handoff to the head of Satoshi Zama. That's unusual. Satoshi's normally a good legs tackler, as you mentioned there, Billy.
Well, you know what? I can see Satoshi serving him up with some sushi in a few minutes.
Oh, and there's a referee. It's the first time we've seen the referee this game. I think he's probably been asleep with the first 5 minutes. I recognise that lad from somewhere. I think he's refereed a few games locally.
A good heritage.
Yeah, he's a big step up from today, though, refereeing the big leagues at over 40s rugby, so hopefully he can keep up with the pace of the game. Oh, big tackle there, I believe, by Andrew Fiddis. Hang on. It looks like his hair's out of place, Billy.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's
1
just going in.
He's not happy with that. He's getting up slowly.
Yeah.
Okay, shooter, big gap there left by the SOB fly half, and there's a turnover. Satoshi's now got the ball.
Oh,
nice offload, but SOB is going backwards.
Oh, here
Adam Roberts there delivers a lovely pass there to wing Dave Marsden, I believe.
No, that is all.
And getting it back to Adam Roberts. It's a 2-on-1. Oh, it's a wonderful ball.
Oh my goodness!
Wonderful pass by Adam Roberts. And try by Dave McCallum. Adam Van Staveren. You've got one Canadian international Billy to another.
That was Randy Horn who took it down the wing there and passed it off to Adam. And Adam, a great flat pass across to, I believe, an ex-Canada.
Ex-Canada back row. You've got one Canada under-23 international there, Adam Roberts. Offloading inside there to Canada Senior Men's International, who played in the World Cup in the 90s, Adam Van Staveren.
Going against the run of play a little bit there. I mean, Burnaby were in the SOB end for quite some time. Yeah,
very opportunistic try, as you say. Yeah. But again, the couple of ringers that the SOBs have brought in are certainly looking promising. And the SOBs take a 1-0, I repeat, not a 5-0, but a 1-0 lead. Wonderful catch there by Andrew Fiddis again. Hits the deck, his hands covering his hair sensibly. And the SOB is playing a real territorial game. They've got a great game plan today. Using the wind to their advantage. Kicked deep in goal. Touchdown. Now this will be interesting. Did he fake the touchdown?
I'm not sure the SOBs know what to do in this situation. This doesn't happen very often. They seem to be looking at each other and say, what was that all about?
Referee here trying to explain to the players what the ruling is.
There you go.
There have been definitely some new rulings this year around touching goal.
Yeah.
Whether it's a 5-meter dropout or a 22-meter dropout. Dropout goes straight out. Should be scrummed down on the 22. SOB's ball. Yeah, so Adam Roberts, that was great to see Adam making his debut, over 40's debut on home turf, Billy. Apparently he did play for the SOBs once before in Reigate.
Yeah,
and the tour to the World Cup back
in Reigate.
Back in 2019?
That was one of Matt's, the school where Matt Faulkner, or another ex-president, went to. Yeah, Adam came out and played with us. It was...
Super guy, Adam. He's got a smile like a Cheshire cat. Apparently his bio, he's still sucks his thumb, but he's such a nice guy. Adam is the kind of guy that if he fell in a barrel of breast, he'd probably pop up sucking his thumbs.
Absolutely, Andy. Great scrum there by the SOBs. A lot of power.
Roger Thompson there gets the ball away to Adam Van Staveren, who manages to stay on his feet. Fends one, gets up ahead of steam. Lovely offload.
Lovely offload. Oh, playing a bit of roly-poly. He got turned there.
Oh, I can see some foot, a little bit of cleats there on somebody's thigh.
Yep, nice ball.
Stavs throws it left. Oh, quick hands. Now Chicken gets the ball on the wing and ends up in touch. Lovely lad, Ian Gendel. Came over from South Africa 10 or 15 years ago now. Been a great addition to the club, Billy.
Yeah, absolutely. He's an amazing player. Got lots of energy. Great tackler. He's fearless. And for some reason, he keeps going down to Peru every 6 weeks. I'm not sure whether he's got another family down there or not. But
would that be deepest, darkest Peru?
Yeah,
Is that the home of Paddington Bear?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Line out to the Twits. Taken at the front there by the front jumper. Bit of a driving maul here. Oh, potential offside there. Referee looks like he's got his hand out for advantage.
Oh, that's all right.
But a good touch finder there by the Twits 10. And there'll be a line out to the SOBs just inside their half.
The SOBs have also had a bit of an influx from some of the old Surrey Beavers players who don't want to play anymore, which is really great for us. We've got some younger members there.
Oh,
nice
straight
pass
through the hands there. Turnover and Twits playing with some width.
We need to tackle him.
Oh, nice inside ball there. But good SOB defense up to the task. Good defensive alignment on the short side there by the SOBs. Oh,
yeah.
And here we go. It's a loose ball, and again, Adam Van Staveren is on it.
Getting called back.
But the referees deemed an infringement earlier. Looks like a knock-on by the SOBs. Surprisingly, there's not been that many knock-ons for an over 40s game today, especially considering the conditions, Billy.
No, yeah, give us time. Give us time. We'll have our numbers up for the knock-ons, that's for sure. Good crowd out today, Andy, on the sidelines.
It's actually a record crowd. I was just counting. I actually got to use both hands, and I think we're actually in double figures for the first time this season.
No, I think we are. Hopefully they settle down a little bit and don't get too rowdy. You know what they're like. There's a dog up there too, actually, sitting to heel, which is pretty interesting. Anyway, back to the game.
Good scrum, solid scrum by the SOBs there. Putting a bit of pressure on the Twits, number 8, who manages to get the ball away to the fly half. Nice offload, keeping the ball alive. A bit of a pirouette, a twist and a turn there by the Twits player.
good to see the SOBs not committing too many people to the rock. Usually they tend to lie over each other in several layers.
I thought that was because they tried to avoid contact.
No,
Billy.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's a wonderful, sumptuous
Yeah.
piece of play there. That was a box kick that really didn't go any higher than a box.
Oh, Ian
managed to
Gandil
retrieve.
saved the day, and Satoshi.
Maybe that was-
good tackling.
Maybe that was a training ground move, Billy, where he fakes to kick it.
I think it
falls
was.
over.
I think it was. It was horizontal kick. He was trying to do a cartwheel kick, I believe.
Pick and go, though.
Yeah.
Close to the knocking on the door now of the SOB's line.
Good defense, though. Oh,
And the referee blows his whistle quite hard. Penalty to the
Yeah.
Twits, infringement by the
Handling the ball.
SOBs.
handling the ball in the ruck. Wow.
Any sign of David Narod yet, Billy?
Well, he's there.
Yeah, Dave, I had the pleasure of going on tour with Dave and Doc to Vegas. I think you were there, Billy, back in
sorry.
2010.
Yeah, we were there.
Doc actually played more minutes on that tour than Dave
That's
did.
right, yeah.
Yeah, Dave sprained his ankle when he got off his seat at the
That's
slot
right.
machine for a pee.
I believe so.
And didn't really get to play any rugby. And Dave, I believe, Doc then was probably almost purple shorts. I think, did Doc end up getting his purple shorts?
I don't know, Andy, but the Twits just scored a try. I don't know if you missed that. I think they managed to push it over with their strong pack. But yeah, I believe Dave broke his ankle or something like that in Vegas that time.
Dave tells us a story about playing with his father many years ago when he was playing for Bayside Premiers. He played on the Sunday with the SOBs, I think against the Marilomas, and somebody stamped on Dave's head, took his ear off, and Doc refused to stitch it up until he went for beers after the game.
I haven't heard that story.
Yeah, ended up with 12 stitches in his ear. But tough love, I think, in the Narod family.
Oh, yeah.
Doc's wife, Marie, is still alive, doing well according to Dave. I believe she's 93. She worked until she was 85, and I believe she's stitched up a few of our guys over the years.
Absolutely. I mean, they both had a practice in Surrey at the hospital. They were stalwarts there for many years, and husband and wife.
Yeah, I believe they both met and worked at Queen Charlotte Hospital. Doc graduated in 1955 from UBC Medical School and accepted a position as one of two doctors at Queen Charlotte Hospital in 1956. And the other doctor was Marie McLean, who ended up being Doc's wife.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a bit of history.
Yeah, they were married in Queen Charlotte City in 1957.
Wow.
Some athlete, Doc, apparently in 2010, or is it 2000, he was awarded the BC Master Athlete of the Year.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I know he's very well or highly regarded in Japan. He had many trips to Japan, and they got many friends over there.
Yeah, Doc's passions included, I think, photography, woodworking, keen swimmer, downhill skier, and obviously, most importantly, rugby. Dave actually was a diver, by all accounts, in his early days.
Yeah, off a board, right, into the swimming pool.
Yeah, I would have thought that would have lent him more to following the pursuit of soccer rather than rugby.
Yeah. Good job, Roger.
Yeah,
That
Twits
was
has the ball.
Gingerhead Roger, who's a pilot for the RTMP in a helicopter, who often buzzes us on the field. Oh,
Big number 9, Roger Thompson, also known as Bleeder for some reason. Hails from the prairies. Talking about big number 9s, I think the Twits number 9 looks like he may have been an ex-front rower in his day.
yeah.
Or maybe he's had one too many of Dave's pies that he serves up in Picante.
Oh, those pies are pretty good, I tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, another penalty.
Yeah, Dave Narod, Doc's son, local realtor and purveyor of fine foods at Picante, cooks up a mean butter chicken and distributes some wonderful Aussie and UK pies.
Yeah. Here we go.
Tap free kick there from the Twits. Twits prop makes good yardage. Crash ball to the smallest man on the field, who actually makes zero ground. And the ball goes left. Kick over the top to Satoshi Zama, who returns with interest.
The wind's really helping the ball these days. Oh,
What another great
that's
touch finder. Must have been a 45, 50-yard touch finder there from Satoshi Zama.
Using the wind to our advantage in the first period.
So that must be they must be playing in 3 periods today, Billy. Is it 3 periods as opposed to 2 halves?
4:15s, I believe.
4 15 minutes today. Gives a chance to run through the numerous subs that both teams have. So, after the first quarter, Billy, SOBs, one try, the Twilighters, one try.
I think that's a fair result. Both teams had good ball handling, and but the penalty count against the SOBs is racking up. It might cost them later on in the game, but they're all hydrating now. So
very impressed though with the ball handling and the lack of knock-ons and forward passes.
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously, the kicking game has become an important aspect of today's game with the wind, and I'm interested to see what happens, Billy, over 40s rugby. Do they keep the same side for the first 2 quarters and change at the half, or do they alternate sides every quarter?
Every half we switch ends. So the SOBs will have the benefit of the wind for another 15 minutes, and then it'll switch over for the second half. So that's a pretty crafty maneuver by the Twits, who obviously won the toss at the beginning of the game.
Well, it's a crafty manoeuvre unless the wind dies down.
They're very good tossers, the Twits. So,
but evenly poised, one try apiece, no doubt about it. The couple of ringers that the SOBs have brought in, and Adam Roberts, Adam Van Staveren, definitely have helped bolster this squad. But it looks like a lot of guys have come out the woodwork for today's game. I've seen Keller Reeves there, the ex-Bayside prop, with a beard, hands on hips, walking towards the sideline there.
Oh, David Diol just turned up, so it'd be great to see him.
Yep, there's Keller 0-0. Big unit. I think he's playing in the centres these days, but he's a front rower by trade. Works as a comedian, I believe, part-time, stand-up.
Yeah, I believe so.
And then we've got Rosie, Jason Rosette, who's the new SOB president, in the front row. Apparently he said he'll play any position in the park, Billy, as long as it's in the front row.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed that, Andy.
And then we've got Gary Stewart, the red shorts.
Yeah, and then we got Backshaw with a pigtail on his head.
Now, Ian Stagg there is running touch. I wonder what stage of the game they'll bring Ian Stagg on. If they're down and they need some impact, maybe they'll bring Ian Terrier Stagg off the bench for the last 10 minutes.
Absolutely. Well, it's unbelievable, his talent in passing under pressure. He tends to run round in circles before he passes, just to deke out the defence.
Well, Ian Terrier Stagg has a bit of a storied background, quite the sportsman. He was the Walton Thames, Tiddlywink and Morris Dancing champion for 3 years running. And but seriously, apparently he was the cox of an 8-man rowing crew back in...
He was a cox, that's absolutely for sure.
Didn't he get fired, though, for kissing the cocks of the opposition crew?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. And that's when he came to Canada. There we go. The interesting hairdo there from Jeff Bagshaw with the ponytail. That's interesting. Moving the ball out wide. Oh, high tackle there. Referee's arm is rightly out. Any higher, I think he would have missed him, Bill.
I think so.
Keller Reeves there. Keller Reeves, the comedian, shows a dummy. Goes with the over-the-top offload. But the referee will come back to the first infringement.
And of course, in Old Boy, there's no quick tap, so everything goes a little bit slower. I mean, you may have noticed that.
In Old Boys, there's no quick anything, Billy. There's Dave Narod holding the ball there. Good to see Dave. Dave is like the Benjamin Button of rugby. Nobody actually knows Dave's age. When I first came over here, he was playing hooker for the Bayside Premier team. Gary Stewart.
And this
taps.
Big Mike Wilson.
Big Mike Wilson. Yeah. So, Billy, you know Mike Wilson?
Oh, look at
that. Is he on, I believe Mike's your nephew.
Yeah, Mike's my nephew. There's a big ruck over there by the Twits, but obviously they must have made an infringement. Diving over, I believe. They were diving over and laying on top of each other. It was very well done, but unfortunately they cheated.
Gary Stewart looking for another tap and go, trying to find a big bopper to make some serious yards here. Nice offload, setting the ball up. Back's put a little bit of shape on here. Nice miss pass. Oh, Adam Roberts goes down on the ball.
Satoshi Zama in there quickly. Yeah.
Holding on to the ruck. Referees awarded a penalty to the Twits. Some sustained pressure here, Billy, by the SOBs.
Yeah.
Shame they couldn't come away with any points.
It'll probably come up here, I think. Oh, they're going to run it. I wonder. Oh.
scrum called.
Oh, the scrum, they want to...
I think they want to rest, Billy. It makes a lot of sense. It's been 25 minutes into the game.
Cold out there. They want to cuddle up a little bit, and I think they fancy their chances against the SOB scrum here. So let's see how this
I looked at the weights of the packs, and the Twits are outweighing the SOBs by roughly 10 kgs a player.
I think that's just number 5.
Yes, I think they're averaging 310 pounds a man.
Yeah.
Probably missing your weight today, Billy, in the engine room.
They are, I think, yeah.
The Twits go right, nice step, fend, but
knock on.
ball lost, knock forward, and the referee will blow up for an SOB scrum. So SOB scrum here in a great field position. Lots of room out wide. And the centres of the two Adams, Adam Van Staveren and Adam Roberts, surely going to get their hands on the ball here with David Diol, the silver fox, on the wing.
And Dave McCallan, distribution.
This is when you really could do with Ian Stagg on the wing right now, just to finish off a great backline move.
Exactly. Davi's out there, David Diol.
Oh, but is this one against the head, though? Not something you see often at this level,
Oh,
Bill.
nice.
And the Twits going to rumble downfield. Good service by the 9 to the 10.
Absolutely.
This lad's got some wheels, but you can't run without the ball.
Oh, and Adam Roberts steals it. And now David Diol has it, passes it off.
Adam Roberts,
play.
Johnny on the spot again. The brush and shovel man of this SOB team, cleaning up everybody else's messes, but a pass to nobody. And Dave Marsden looked like he was away for a second, but the referee, who seems very whistle happy today, I hope he realises it's not all about him today, Bill.
Well, that'll be a change.
Yes,
I remember last time he refed me, he gave me several penalties. I think he's a little bit overconfident these days. Young Tommy Blackburn, I believe that's his name.
Gary Stewart with a put in. I see Gary finally succumbed to wearing some red shorts, Bill. For the longest time, he refused it. He denied his age of being over 60. Penalty. Looks like they're wheeling the scrum, and it's a penalty to the SOBs. Scrum looks a bit under pressure, Bill. I mean, there may be a couple of nice hairdos in that second row with Fitters and Bagshaw, but they really do miss some beef.
Absolutely. They need a bit of beef in there. I'm not sure what we got on the sideline.
What is that haircut that Jeff Bagshaw is sporting today? It looks a bit like a cockatoo.
It's a vertical ponytail.
Vertical ponytail.
Yeah, and they were practicing it this morning on their social media, which they're getting quite good at these days.
Oh, nice offload. Good interlink play here. Oh, the Twits look like they're getting into their stride. Quick rug ball. Well, slow down a little bit there. Route won by the Twits forwards. Going through the phases now. Changing direction by the 13. Puts his head down. Bends the SOB line. Oh, I think a case of watching the man and not the ball there.
Greg Hassel there, number 15.
Fearless Greg.
Down.
Fearless Greg, ex-football player.
Hockey player. Uh-oh.
Penalty to the Twits.
Happy Jack Whistler again.
Yeah, the discipline of the SOBs letting them down. Managing to control the field position, if not possession. I think the Twits actually look better with ball in hand.
They absolutely
going
do,
through the phases.
They look a little bit fitter as well. I think it'll be taking its toll in the second half of the game.
Oh, and a wonderful take by Dave Marsden to Satoshi Zama.
Satoshi Zama.
Kamikaze style runner there by the Zama.
Oh my goodness. Do you see how he acts? And here we have Keller now too. He's going to tell a few jokes in the ruck, make them giggle themselves to death.
To Marsden, to McCallum. There's Adam Roberts. He's showed a clean pair of heels. Look at the lad go. Look at the lad go. Smiling all the way.
Oh my goodness me.
What a wonderful try.
Oh my goodness me. That was wonderful to see. A great pass off from Van Staveren who busts through. I think these guys are enjoying playing, Andy. It looks like it, doesn't it?
It does, actually. I think we may have a couple of keepers here with the two Adams for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, we could do with injecting a little bit of youth. I mean, I think Adam Roberts and Adam Van Staveren probably bring the average age of the SOBs down to about 59 today, and the IQ probably even a little bit lower. 2 tries to 1. A bit of an upset on the cards here, but remember the first leg it was 5-3 to the Twits, so there is a 2-try cushion by the Twits going into the second leg for the Doc Narod Cup.
Yeah. I think we'll probably find the Twits manager Pee Wee going into his deep into his book of plans and plays here later on. If it carries on like this.
Well, the wind, a major factor there, as that kickoff showed. So let's not count our chickens, Billy, because in the second half, if this wind stays as strong as it has in the first half, it could be a huge factor.
Yep, the only chickens we're going to be counting, Andy, is going to be Ian Gendell's.
Ian Gendell's legs.
Yeah.
So explain the shorts a little bit. Now, again, the white shorts are over 40 and the black shorts are over 50, and that's full contact. That's like rip in and get stuck in. The red shorts are over 60. What does that mean?
Well, that means basically you can't tackle, so you can touch and then they have to present the ball. So it's like a pick and go.
Why wouldn't they have brown shorts for those guys that don't want to tackle?
I don't believe we've seen any brown shorts, but that could be the yellow, just a version of, right?
That could be the yellow, exactly. So yellow's over 60, no, over 70.
Over 70 for the yellow, and that's very much the same thing.
And purple's over 70, over 80.
Purple's over 80.
And the only person I ever witnessed wear purple shorts was Doc Narod himself.
That's right.
And what happens with purple shorts?
With the what?
The purple shorts. What does that mean in terms of the play?
Basically, you just got to look at them and they have to stop.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, tap and go. Been the favoured penalty move today for both teams. Nice offload, but sack the juggler, Billy. Sack the juggler. The Burnaby hands are letting them down, and now SOBs have a chance to counter attack with Satoshi Zaman.
Go, Dave. Satoshi's in there to protect the ball.
Greg Hassel's made it to the ruck. Oh, and that must be Big Mike Wilson's going on a rumble. Oh, there's no love lost here.
Oh, nice pickup by Dave Narod too.
Dave always in support. Now
Dave McCallum.
Players out wide.
Wanted the ball.
A nice pickup again though. And Adam Roberts gets his hands on the ball, and the Silver Fox David Diol has some space. Puts on some footwork.
Oh, look at
steps
that.
Steps left, steps right. Twist, turns.
Hands the ball off to Jason, another South African.
Jason Sham, that's correct. And then Dave McCallum sets up.
Oh,
sets up the ruck.
There for him.
There's Paul. And Gary Stewart decides to go on the short side. Why not give the ball to Adam Roberts every time?
Oh, give and go by Davy. Unfortunately, lost it forward.
Unusual spill there by David Diol. Normally so secure with the ball in hand.
Davy himself is close to 70 years old, I believe. Very fit, played lacrosse for many years, firefighter.
Good all-round athlete, David Diol.
Good all-round athlete. Likes his scotch. Spends the winter in Palm Springs.
Reminds me of the Fonz. Another scrum here, chance for a rest for the big boppers of both the Twits and the SOBs. Let's see if the SOBs can put some pressure on this scrum, which they seem to do.
Yeah, they did well there.
And they forced just another reset.
Scrum. Yeah. What about you, Andy? It's pretty chilly up here in the wind. I'm hanging onto the tent for dear life so it doesn't blow away.
It's brass monkeys, Billy. As I say,
brass monkeys, lad.
We like to play rugby in the best months of the year in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, it's been a pretty good restart since COVID. We've been fortunate that not many games have been postponed or cancelled.
That's right.
Penalty to the SOBs. Now here's a great opportunity. What will they do? Will they kick to the corner and go for the line-out, or will it be another tap and go?
Well, the line-out's been pretty successful, so maybe they got some good height. The Backshore, is he still out there? Because we can lift him pretty well. So
Fiddis is there with his hands on knees, looking a bit tired, Fiddis, or maybe he's a bit dismayed that some of his hair's out of place.
Looks like we're going to have a run.
Oh, and we're going down the short side. Oh, it's a planned training ground move.
Oh.
Roger Thompson at 9. Hands on the rug there. There you go. Silly penalty by the Twits there. 15 metres from their own line. Possibly another tap and go here, Billy.
Well, I hope it's a little bit quicker than the last one, because it was like that. It was tap and go nowhere.
There goes Rosie, Jason Rosette from Williams Lake, the SOB Prez.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, this looks like it.
Go on.
Oh, and great legs tackle. Oh, wonderful counter ruck. Great turnover there by the Twits, showing fantastic commitment, goal line defence, and now looking to slowly work their way out of their own danger zone. SOBs need to put some pressure on the kicker here. Offside there by Dave.
Dave McCallum.
Dave McCallum looks offside.
Sneak around and get him from behind.
But no advantage. Knock on there by the SOBs. Looks like it could be the Twits scrum. Now, if Dave Narod's hooking here, he'll fancy his chances of winning against the head. That's Dave's specialty. But looks like Dave might be playing on the flank. Keller at hook. Rosie at loose head. Opportunity here to... That's a solid scrum though.
Was number 8. Wasn't sure what
Good pick by the 8th man. Nice offload to a support player. Looking to exit here from their own 22. Still haven't seen any appearance yet by Ian Terrier Stagg, Billy. It's I know the crowds come out in record numbers. Expected to see him at some stage. Oh, playing
Adam
with some
Roberts.
intent here. Good tackle by Adam Roberts.
Pressure. Thank you. I think that'll be a SOB ball.
For those of you just tuning in, it's SOB's 2 tries to the Twits 1. Which means overall, the Twits lead the 2-game test by 6 tries to 5. So the Twits are up. As it stands right now, Billy, the Twits will retain the 2022 Doc Narod Cup.
Is that right? What was the score on the first leg, Andy? Sorry, I missed that.
5 tries to 3 to the Twits by all accounts.
Yeah, so we got to pack away a few more tries.
The SOBs haven't had the trophy since 2017, the inaugural year. 2018 and 2019 were both won by the Twits, and again, because of COVID, the Doc Narod Cup wasn't contested in 2020 or 2021.
So we need to be 3 clear, right, Andy?
Well, what would happen, Billy, if it was a tie on aggregate? What happens if today the SOBs do win by 2 clear tries?
I think then everybody wins.
Everybody's a winner. Roger Thompson here with a put-in.
It's got to be coming up to the half-time.
Is that Barry Cummins at number 8?
Yes.
The wee Northern Irishman?
Yeah.
Ex-referee. Oh, lovely ball. Oh, and it's a run-around play. Robo to Stabs to Satoshi Zama, who's fighting, finds the ground. Quick ruck play. Quick ruck ball. Nice ball presentation there. And there's options on the blind side again.
The step by Adam Roberts.
Offend. Sets up again. Thompson looks left. Good hands, went backwards. McCallum retains possession.
Looking for the offload, but
Zama quick to the breakdown again. Dipsy Doodle by Narod. Keller, big right hand fend. Big Bosch, still on his feet.
Great job.
Going towards the Burnaby line. Ball moves left, through the hands, stabs to Ian Gendel, who stays miraculously in play.
Dave Marsden, wasn't it? Or was that Gendel?
Or maybe Dave Marsden.
Yeah.
A wonderful passage of play by the SOBs, retaining possession, going through the phases. Barry Cummins having a rest there, directing traffic as if he was refereeing the game. Ball goes right. One out.
Keeps hold the ball, makes a few yards.
A little bit predictable though, Billy. A little bit predictable. The Twilighters were able to put 2 or 3 tacklers on, and now going short side again. Twist and a turn and a pirouette and a try. The ball definitely. Oh, it's a wonderful. Oh,
Brandon.
Wonderful footwork by Brandon Bluefield.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little spin in there and took that extra yard.
Richmond 1993 to 96 ballroom dancing champion.
He also has a lovely hairdo. If you notice, a little ponytail.
What is it with the SOBs and hairdos, Bill?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I think Fittest started it all off, and it's kind of going on from there. But they're all looking lovely, I must say.
It was a great individual try, though, because he looked like he was running into a brick wall, but he was able to step, pirouette, twist and turn, and then reach out using those long levers.
I know.
And touch down, bang on the stroke of half-time.
Maybe he had one extra movement in there as well.
Don't think so, actually. It looked like it was all in the same movement. But 3 tries to 1, so right now the game over two games is now evenly poised at 6 tries apiece.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so exciting. The guys are all hydrating there, looking good. It's a bit cold.
There's Adam van Staveren, still looking in fine fettle at 46 years of age, Adam. Kept himself in good nick.
You can see the technical skill of these the good players.
Here we are in the commentary booth here, and the referee's coming up to join us. This is the young referee from Vancouver.
How's the game going, sir?
Oh, the game's going, well, it's as good as it can go with 31 refs, but for the most part, it's pretty solid. A lot of chat from the boys, as always, but what do you expect? I'm learning new rules, apparently, that weren't existed before, but it's good to know that they are now. A lot of knock-ons. Nobody knows what a ruck is. Nobody knows how to act at the ruck, but that's per usual. So overall, pretty good quality, I'd say.
That's great. Thanks so much. Well, that was nice to hear.
Very opinionated, like most referees. Seriously, you would think his parents would have done a better job. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our cameraman, Brad Edmondson and Wade Carpenter, again of Shark Tank Productions, for putting on a wonderful product here. It's windy up on the deck here of the soon-to-be open Bayside Clubhouse. But we're staying as warm as we can, isn't that right, Bill?
It's bloody freezing, Andy, to be quite honest, and I'm sick of hanging on to this tent.
I don't think you're going anywhere, Bill, with the wind. I think you're pretty safe. And slightly longer interlude there between the second and third quarter, which is probably officially half-time, and now we will see a change in sides where will the Twits take advantage of the wind the way the SOBs did to give them some territory.
I think the Stag just gave the SOBs a little talking to in the circle there.
Well, Ian Stagg, he wasn't only the Morris Dancing champion of Walton Thames for several years, but he was also the town crier. And great motivator, Ian Stagg.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apparently a big reason why this clubhouse has come into existence. When the city of Surrey was dragging its feet, I believe Ian Stagg, with pitchfork, went down to the mayor's office and demanded some action, and by all accounts he was heard.
Absolutely. He went and knocked on Mayor Watt's door and says, we need to get our clubhouse built.
He did, didn't he?
And then the diggers came.
No, and that lad could send a glass eye to sleep, so I guess she succumbed, and here we are right now, with a soon-to-be-open wonderful clubhouse.
Absolutely. It'd be nice when it's done. It's looking good. So the wind is against the SOBs now.
I believe the wind has stopped. That was an incredible tactical decision to use the wind in the first half. I believe the wind may have died down.
I'm not sure. It's looking a bit blowy out there, Andy.
And the second half is underway, or the third quarter, should we say. Nice looking kickoff, taken by the Twits, went backwards, on a bit of a roll here. Let's see if there's a change in tactics by the Twits. Are they going to use a kicking game? Because very much the ball in hand against the wind, but with the wind, surely giving it a bit of toe might be the sensible option. Advantage here to the Twits for a ruck infringement and penalty awarded.
Yeah, I can see the Twits kicking at every opportunity here just to make those yards up. There you go. Good kick.
We've been fortunate with the weather, Billy, that the rain has held off.
Yeah, I mean, we were expecting a monsoon today, but
atmospheric rivers, almost.
Atmospheric rivers and all that, yeah. But
yes, the wind. You can see by the TJ holding a flag that the wind is still a factor. And let's see if this line-out will be affected by the wind.
Well, that would be to the SOB's benefit if it did. So hopefully he throws it nice and high.
I can see Jeff Bagshaw.
Oh, there you go.
Jeff Bagshaw is still in the engine room. Keller Reeves throws a lovely left-hand pass. Some footwork and a fend there by, looks like, Adam van Staveren. Roger Thompson looking for his outside half. Dave McCallum, inside ball to Keller Reeves. Stays on his feet. Clean out by Rosie. Roger now goes left. I don't think any of McCallum's outside backs were expecting that ball, and sensibly he holds on to it.
Oh, I think it's been stolen.
And it's been turned over as he was isolated there.
Yep.
Now an opportunity for the Twits, but a good counter ruck there by Roger Thompson, who gets a bit of a facial massage by his bald-headed opposite. A little bit of verbals there, Billy. I would say handbags at 50 paces.
Yeah.
Good to see that at this level.
And look, yeah,
It's not
absolutely.
like anybody has to work tomorrow.
No, exactly. It's all in.
Would you say most of these guys are retired?
A lot of guys, the firemen are retired, and policemen. We've got a few firemen, a few policemen, and yeah.
Good to see a little bit of meaning, though, there, a bit of passion. Surprisingly, from a redhead there getting stuck in with a bit of handbags. You don't normally see that.
No, handbags and glad rags. That's what it is on Sundays.
Solid scrum there. Oh, and the ball goes behind. Adam and Stavron, advantage, knock on to the Twits, and now penalty.
Yeah.
And the referee reaches for his pocket. He reaches for his pocket.
No.
Or he's pulling it in the pants up. I know, and you know what? Is that a red card? Is that? He is actually colourblind. Just so you know, for the record.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to give him a yellow card. Oh, he put it away, I think. He put it away. He just gave him a warning, which was really nice.
I don't believe it.
No, he got a yellow.
We've seen a few blind referees over our years here watching rugby at Bayside, but I think this is the first colourblind referee I've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can tell by his clothes he's wearing. He's probably colourblind.
Oh, you should see the socks. He normally puts on two different colour socks.
Adam Roberts, a good tackle there.
So the Twits looking dangerous now.
We're a man
15
down.
yards out from the SOB's line. Flat
Good
pass.
carry by number 4 there. Taken down by Keller.
Ooh. Yeah, keeping it tight. Pick and go. SOBs are going to be careful here that they don't overcommit. Numbers out wide, and there was daylight between the 13 and the try line, and he juggled and he dropped the ball.
He did, and lucky for the SOBs, we got to put in on the scrum, I believe.
Chance gone begging there for the Twits. Will they get many more opportunities like that?
I have to say, this is some of the best old boys rugby I've seen in the last couple of months. So we're doing quite well out here.
Well, the SOB is
Surprising.
looking for their first victory, Bill, of 2022. Apparently, their last victory was in the fall of 21 against the Evergreens.
Yeah.
But as we said earlier, this is a very different looking SOB lineup. David Diol now, solo
Very
Fox with the
different.
ball, thought he was playing 9. Adam Van Staveren, the ex-Bayside and Canadian open side flanker, now playing 9. Smiling, telling the fullback he's going to round him when he picks the ball up. Shows the confidence from his own line. Oh, and that's a wonderful clearance from Dowell. Good take by the Twits fullback. Beats the first man, stays alive. Good field position again for the Twits. A little bit one up though, it's a little bit predictable.
Yeah.
But still
He's a
making
strong
good
runner
yards.
right there. Did really well. Number 5.
Yeah.
Take him low. Take him low.
One out rugby seems to be working, and there's opportunity here if we can just.
Hold him up. Hold him up.
Oh, looks like it could. Try given.
Try given.
Try given. Paul Kazefnikov did his best there to try and latch onto the ball, and
There were some good runs there by the big boys from the Twits.
but
And of course, the kick was held up by the wind and took it back a few yards, so that really was to their advantage.
Route 1 rugby seem to pay dividends right now for the Twits, using their big bodies, playing one out. Sensible rugby, really, with the conditions, not risking any knock-ons or forward passes.
No, very solid performance there all round, I believe. Big number 5 running it in by number 1.
Looks like Jason Shams coming back on the field, number 20.
Yeah.
Greg Bunning on the sideline running the changes. Actually, Jason Shams not coming on. Dave Narod's taking a break. Maybe we can get Dave up to the commentary box, Billy.
That'd be great. Maybe I'll run down and grab him. Just hang on a sec there, Andy.
3 tries to 2 to the SOBs, midway through the third quarter. Kickoff doesn't go 10. The wind once again a factor. It'll be a scrum down at the halfway line to the Burnaby Twits. Scrum down, Twits ball, solid scrum there by the Twits team. Ball goes left, good looking kick there into the corner, finds touch and it will be.
Got no audio.
Some tired bodies now. Walking to the line out. Full fatigue factor.
No audio.
Nice line out to the front. Burnaby retain possession. Rumbling close to the SOB line. Pick and go. The preferred tactic by the Twits. Been successful, why blame them? Knocking on the door. High body position, but yet another phase. Can the SOBs defend 3 yards out from their own line? It's a bit predictable, but they have the bodies. SOBs need, oh, and that's a wonderful tackle and much release now.
SOB's turned it over. Good steal.
And it's a penalty.
Oh,
We're joined here in the commentary box by Dave Narod.
Dave, how's it going out there?
Oh, great.
Andy, it's all yours.
Oh, Dave, so Doc Narod Cup, tell us a little bit about it, Dave.
My dad played SOBs back in the beginning, and I had to join him, and he played there till he was 86, and then stopped. But he played for the Twits and SOBs.
Wow. So a try there to the Twits now, which levels the game at 3 tries apiece. So the interesting thing is these two clubs contest this trophy because Doc played for both teams. Started with the Twits and then moved over to the SOBs?
Correct.
Was that because the SOBs didn't have an over 40s team, or was it a change of location?
Yeah, they didn't. Him and George Cook, apparently, they are the ones that said, let's create one here. So they created the SOBs.
So how long's over 40s rugby been played in Canada?
How long which?
Has over 40s rugby been played in Canada?
Haven't a clue. A long time.
Wow. And it's interesting
50 years.
And it's interesting with over 40s rugby that they choose to play on a Sunday, not the traditional Saturday, and they choose not to be affiliated with the club team. Any background on that?
No, other than I think it should change, and you should be affiliated with your club.
Yeah, unusual. Most countries around the world, you'd have a veterans team that would be the Old Boys alumni team of the local club. But for some reason, the Semi-Am Old Boys, even though they're
it was just the way they formed it, and it slowly changed. I mean, the Twits are Burnaby. We are the SOBs or the Bayside team, but I mean, guys come from all different teams, so they don't necessarily want to play on the SOBs. They don't want to be just called Bayside.
Makes sense,
guys, right?
That makes sense now.
The guys out there right now, we got the Surrey Beavers, we got us, we got some Vancouver guys, got everybody.
So it's more of a recruitment plan in the sense that you don't want to play for your arch enemy when you played senior men's rugby all your career.
I think so, yeah.
But the reality is there is a very close affiliation with the local clubs. The SOBs and Bayside are very tight.
Correct.
I don't know if that always was the case, but in the last 10 years even more. So wonderful attempt to pick up there by Randy Horn.
One-handed,
known as Horn Dog. Apparently, his talent is that he can't catch anything, and that was proof.
Well, he can't catch with one hand, but he always tries to.
There you go. But apparently, Randy doesn't only suffer from one hand; he also suffers from one of something else. Apparently, he had a injury at grade 8 when his mother gave him, I believe, what was it, a cup to play rugby? Thought he was playing baseball, and the cup did some serious damage to one of his 2 veg.
Well, I think he's got only 2 legs, right? 2 legs?
Well, I think he's only got 1 veg. Scrum down the Twits, who are on the ascendancy right now, really found their feet in this game and look like they're possibly cruising to yet another Doc Narod Cup if the score remains the same. Dave, what's this? Oh, another knock on there by the Burnaby Centre. What's the scenario, Dave, if it's a tie over 2 games?
I haven't a clue.
Good.
But it can be. They beat this first time, right? On this series.
So it's 5-3, but the game's played in aggregate. So if this was to end up in a 2-point differential, 2-try differential by the SOBs, and it was tied overall.
No, I think it's the game. They won last game. If we win this game, I guess then it'll be a tie, but we get the cup back.
We get the cup back. Knock on slowly creeping into the game. Scrum half now, Colin Woolacott from Wales. And the SOB scrum coming under some severe pressure. One against the head there for the Twits, and yet another knock on. This ball must be like a bar of soap. So, Dave, are you done for the day, or will there be a chance we'll see you back on the field?
I believe I'm done. I believe this is
Easily continue to play rugby, but
Yeah, and he spent 6 months in Cuba with his second family. Thank you for your input, Dave. That was insightful, to say the least.
Barry Cummins there at number 8, with his head between 2 backsides as usual. Gotta love the Northern Irishman. Is always good for a laugh.
Oh, we're getting pushed around a little bit now. Oh dear.
Adam Van Staveren picking up there on his own 22, manages to make a few hard yards. And can we get the ball in the hands of Adam Roberts, who looks like he's probably catching hypothermia out there in the second half. Barry again. Nice ball to Adam. Step, change your direction, some fancy footwork. I think he fancies going 80 yards. I think he's going to do it. Twist and a turn and a pirouette.
Oh, he missed the handoff to Adam, who was raring to go.
He finally met somebody who could tackle and sets up a ruck on the 30-yard line. Still no appearance from Ian Stagg.
Oh,
Jason Shand there. Struggling to take that pass.
Oh, drinks and waters now.
Drinks,
Are we
I
bringing
think
sandwiches out, maybe?
Yes, maybe cucumber sandwiches and tea. Is this cricket or rugby, Billy?
I don't know. It is a cricket pitch, actually. We've got a wicket in the middle there.
It does feel very kind of genteel and very sophisticated to have these breaks and interludes. Is it because the weather's so warm that they have these drinks breaks?
It is, absolutely. I can see it clearing up now. The trees are not quite so bent double. But
well, they're definitely playing 4 quarters,
They
Bill,
are.
because this is the end of the 3rd quarter, and it's 3 tries apiece. Twits 3, the SOBs 3, and the Twits must be the favourites this stage, with the elements in their favour, the wind behind them.
yeah, I mean, looking a bit downhearted, the SOBs right now. Hopefully
think-
for the last period,
I
they
think
can.
it's time to bring on Ian Stagg. No, this is Gary Ney.
Oh, Gary Ney, the
Gary Ney in
artist.
the red shorts.
Gary Ney, the artist.
Is he the local piss artist? Is that what it is?
No, he's a highly acclaimed artist.
Oh, he's an actual artist.
Yeah, he shows in Vancouver and Tsawwassen.
Wow. Because there's a fair few piss artists on that team too.
Oh, we got quite a few artists.
Most of them are on the
piss,
sideline,
yes.
to be fair, though.
Yeah, and the sideline seems to have thinned out a little bit. I think everybody's gone.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
there's a dog there still watching, so we're okay. Maybe they moved underneath because of the inclement conditions.
so maybe the SOBs are saving some of their big guns for the final quarter, Bill.
You know what? I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. But it is nice to see that the SOB is carrying the colors of the Ukraine in support of the Ukrainian rugby league out there that are fighting for their lives right now.
Yes, just to see those 2 Klitschko brothers step up.
Oh, the boxers.
The boxers, that's right.
Amazing.
Boxers, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
Fighting all the odds. Well, hopefully the SOBs can defy the odds too
Back to
today.
the war here. Yeah, it's hopefully they can pull through and push and get a couple of quick ones to pull ahead or to tie up the aggregate.
Well, I see hot Carl Canoe there in the huddle. Has Carl taken the field yet?
Yeah, I think Carl Canwell.
Carl Canoe, yeah. Carl's been playing forever, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I
think he
22
started
years
when
ago.
he was about 12, I
That's what-
believe.
yeah.
Started playing old boys when he was adult. Oh, we got purple shorts on the field right now.
Well, Carl probably must be 40 now.
I think he's close to it, yeah.
Yeah. And they're big Mike Wilson. He's a big strapping lad. They certainly make them big in your neck of the woods, Billy. He's your nephew on
Yeah,
your
Mike's
sister's
my
side?
nephew, one of my sister's boys, and yeah, he played with the Brit Lions, and there's a few Brit Lions out on the field as well, I think, somewhere. Anyway,
Yeah, there's some real international talent on display. I mean, we've got international rugby players, Morris dancers and Tiddlywink champions, but also in our midst in the commentary booth, we actually have an international kayaker. Billy.
we do, yeah. I paddled my boats. Oh, great tackle, Van Staveren again.
And the Twits
paddled
mean
my boat
business.
for years.
They've come out of the
Davy
blocks.
there with a tackle.
They've come out of the blocks pretty hot. The
They
big
have.
nine feeds his outside
Oh.
centre.
Touch.
1 second. This is interesting. That's like a Mexican standoff with a little bit of confusion going on there. Okay.
Yeah, he was confused.
Yeah.
He seems to think he can tiddlywink his way.
Oh,
down the field.
I actually see purple shorts. That is great news.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah,
we actually have an over 80s player with purple shorts.
We do, and
which
it's quite
explains
exciting.
the standoff. The trouble with purple shorts, Bill, is they look very close to black shorts.
Yeah, he's got to be careful.
So I stand corrected in my earlier assessment of only having witnessed one purple shorts
Oh,
player.
good run there. And he's
Oh,
gonna
wonderful
bust through.
outside break.
Good line, great line.
Scores under the sticks. Made up for a couple of knock-ons earlier on, but showed a great turn of pace and clean pair of heels there to swerve his way through.
Looks like we got a man down, number one. Oh, he's all right, a little bit dazed.
The SOB
Hands up,
defense
looks okay.
Billy there was a little bit lacking.
Yeah, I think so. I think we opened the gate and let the cows in.
He sliced through that defensive line like a knife through butter.
Yeah.
But wonderful on the Doc Narod Cup. We do actually have another purple shorts player for the Twits, which just goes to show that rugby is for all shapes, sizes, both sexes, any sex, and all
That's
ages.
why I play. That's why I play.
So, what made you transition from being a international kayaker to being a rugby player?
Basically, I had no friends, and somebody said, "You look like a big lad. We could use you." And here we are, 24 years later, still hanging out with the boys in the scrum. And so it's been great for me.
So there must
my
have been
career.
big kayaks back in those days, Billy.
They were very large kayaks. They're more like canoes, to be quite honest.
Must have been Kevlar, right?
Yeah, but I managed to squeeze in with some oil and grease and work my way through the poles.
But all joking aside, you competed for England, correct?
That's right, yeah, several times.
So it's great that a sport like rugby can attract the best from all sports and all nations to over 40s rugby, because where else can you play a sport when you're over 40? There's pickleball,
Look at that, taking advantage of the wind again.
but kicked in
Bastards.
goal. Looks like maybe a scrum back from, yes, dead in goal, and it looks like it'll be a scrum back to the SOBs or around the halfway line. So even though the Twits are trying to use the wind here, slightly got that wrong, and possession now with the SOBs, who have a chance to go through a few phases and hopefully level the game.
Yeah, we need to pull our socks up, Andy. It's looking a little bit grim. We haven't played a lot of time in their half in the last 20 minutes.
It was looking so positive earlier on when the SOBs took the lead. It
Yeah, it
was
sure
their
was.
first victory of 2022. Put in by Colin Willicott there, big Mike
That's a
Wilson,
better scrum.
Channel 3. Ball doesn't go in a hand, knock on there by Adam Van Staveren, but deems it's off his foot. The referee, I believe the referee may have accepted a bribe to come out here today. Easily bribed that lad by all accounts. Short side, and Roberts misses out his 2 centres,
chicken
gives it to
Gendel.
Ian Gendel, who we haven't seen very
Oh,
much of, but
here
now
we
he
go.
goes.
Look at that. Oh, my
Now we
goodness.
know why he's... Oh, and the offload's a little bit low to Mike Wilson, who surely would have been through and in for a potential score. And now the Twits regain
Oh, he turned
possession.
it over.
offend, a grab. Nice interplay here by the Twits backs,
Lost backwards.
but still alive. Ruck formed here, and now the SOBs look to counter. There's an opportunity here for the steal.
Yeah, they got a steal. Yeah, we got Dave McCallum in there on his feet.
Advantage not played, and penalty here to the SOBs.
Yeah, they did well there. Once they saw that the young lady was down, everybody was jumping on her. It was quite a good ruck.
Yes, Billy. So, line out on the 40-yard line to the SOBs. Still no sign of Ian Stagg. Maybe he'll be saved for the last 5 minutes.
Ian's been doing a good job on the sideline with the flag.
Well, he's gone from the Cox to the touch judge, so maybe that's a natural transition.
Yes, absolutely. He's been touching his way down the field, and
He's been very quiet though today, and normally you could hear him from up here. Maybe the wind's been a factor there too, Billy.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, and some fancy line-out play.
Oh, Big Mike.
Great take there by... Oh, was that Andrew Finnis? No, sorry, that was Mike lost it, and now the Twits have regained possession on the 30-yard line. Probably looking to clear the lines with a big hoof downfield, but pick and go. And the 10's back in the pocket here, looking to... Oh, and it's a poor pass, a knock on, and another opportunity here for the SOBs to get back on the scoreboard.
3-4. 10 minutes to go. It's gripping, Andy.
It is.
Gripping.
It's a very close, entertaining game, and fortunately, despite the wind, the rain stayed away, and the knock-on...
I think it's pretty wet out there. We're under cover, so...
I think the struggle's probably been with the passing. A lot of passes are not going to hand, Billy, so can't blame some of the knock-ons when the passes are so poor, and again, the wind may be a factor. Maybe they should be shortening some of the passes up.
Yeah.
Oh, high tackle there by the Burnaby 6.
The ref's got it. We're good.
Play goes left. Oh, Adam Roberts there avoids the high tackle, fends, rolls towards the try line. Opportunity here now if they go right, but they go left. Where Ian Gendel had an opportunity, good fend, and a twist, loses his feet. But still, another phase. Roger Thompson comes around the corner.
Knocks it on.
Common theme of this second half, Billy, but luckily the referee comes back for the high tackle.
Yeah, so we keep...
By the Burnaby 6.
Well, Andy, the rain did come in the end, and absolutely so did the crowds. The crowds came back. Look on the sideline there. I don't know where they've all come from, but it must be so exciting for the last part of the game. Oh, we're going to do a run with it. It's going to go to Keller.
Move here. Keller Reeves, the comedian, double O Keller. Sets the ball up, nice platform.
Oh,
Big there. Showing some circus tricks, a little bit of juggling there, and the possession is regained by the Twits. Opportunity gone begging there by the SOBs.
It's gone begging, absolutely. We've got to learn to take those opportunities.
Gary Nade deep in the pocket here for the kick.
Oh, I think he's...
And there's Gary.
Oh.
And he jumps and he skips and he's fallen. Oh, but don't worry, Randy Horn to the rescue.
Dave Marsden, I believe that
Dave
is.
Marsden. Sorry, Dave.
So you better get in there, Gary. Oh, good cleanup.
Oh, and there's nobody there, and this could be...
Oh, he didn't know what to do.
Oh,
he decides to...
It is. It's a comedy of errors. In fact, I would just say it's a comedy right now.
Big number one.
There's nobody in the defensive line now for the SOBs other than Adam Roberts. So but a great counter ruck by the SOBs. Andrew Finnis eventually joins the ruck. Ian Gendel is on his own, but manages to make some hard yards. But the tackler didn't roll away there, so the tackler has to roll away to allow the ball carrier to present the ball. And good decision by the young referee, who's actually grown into this game, really made the step up from mini rugby to over 40s very, very well.
Oh, yeah.
Very impressed.
Yeah, no, he's had
a good game.
He's done well. He's done well. Good kick by Dave McCallum, making a few yards.
Touch, the halfway line. A few hands on hips right now, Billy. I think they're
I think they're
busted guts.
Oh, Stag is on the field.
Here we are now,
Ian
folks.
Stag is on the field.
For our
So watch
viewers
out.
from all corners of the globe, from
Tucking in, pulling his shorts
Liechtenstein,
up.
Luxembourg, Azerbaijan, and Serbia and Montenegro.
Pulling his
For
shorts
all
up,
you-
scratching
number
his bum.
number
There you go.
Yeah, just readjusting his depends there is number 14, Ian Stagg.
Directing traffic.
Now,
Here we go.
will he put some of those Morris dancing skills to practice? Or even the tiddlywinks? There's Ian following play in the background. Setting up some shape on the right side here. Surely the ball's going to come back now, and here we are, folks. Is what we've all been waiting for. Here we go.
Stag,
There we go. And yes. And there you saw some
Great
Morris dancing,
skills.
some ballroom
I knew
dancing,
we'd see
and
it.
tiddlywinks all in one go.
Oh, it was spectacular.
That was worth the price of
It was
admission just
spectacular.
there.
Yeah, spectacular. Good job, Ian.
Well,
And he's rolling his eyes. He's rolling his eyes.
But he
because
managed to do that without actually physically making contact with the ball.
He did. It's amazing.
That was what was so remarkable. He had like the
It's
crowd.
like a decoy.
It
It's
was
like a decoy.
But to be fair to Ian, the ball was nowhere near him, right?
No.
Strong carry there, but good tackle. Paul Koznikov up for the challenge, and Burnaby using a little bit of width now.
Oh, stripped by Staveren. Van Staveren.
There you go. Not
boys.
only stripped. I think there's a man with his eyes closed there, number 13.
Oh, but
Man with his eye. Bring out the smelling salt, somebody. I think there may well have been a
Really?
big collision. I hope he's okay. Looks like he's taken either a head knock. Yeah. Looks like he's okay. That's good to see. He's had a good game, the outside centre for the Twits.
he has, yeah. It's a very good game.
Looks like it's a leg injury, actually, not a head injury, so that's some consolation. Scrum down SOB's ball, and that's Ross van der Hoek, I believe, the South African 9. A new addition that the SOB's been
Really?
raving about. Apparently played a very high level of rugby in his day, and might add some necessary impact for the SOB's team. Big Mike Wilson going on a little bit of a rumble.
Good carry, Mike. Dave Narod's back on this. Oh, let go. You have to release. Oh,
So the SOBs are bringing the big guns on for the final 5 minutes.
the referee just explaining the rules to one of the guys. And here we go.
Well,
Here
the
we
referee
go.
might be explaining the rules, but a wise man once told me never argue with an idiot because they bring you down to their level and beat you with experience, Billy.
Exactly, Andy. Exactly.
Still talking to the referee, yeah.
Yeah. He's still explaining the rules, I believe.
Yeah. Well, what's the motto that the SOBs use? Is it the older we are, the better the
Yeah,
better
the
we
older
get?
I get, the better I was.
The older I get, the better I was. Well,
Yeah.
that might be the case for some of these SOBs who, to
I
be
think
fair,
so.
if you look at some of these lads out here, spent their prime years not playing rugby
Oh.
and then rejoined rugby at 40 plus, and that's why they're out today,
Yeah.
playing in ripe old ages.
Yep.
Kudos to the Adam Roberts and the Adam Stavens of this world who've played a full career and still managed to come out and put in good performances. But
And they made a great difference to the SOB's lineup and the game today. I mean,
yeah, I
it's great
think
to
on a
watch
warmer
them play.
day, on a warmer, sunnier day where we could have brought Adam Roberts into the play a little bit more outside centre, we may
Yeah.
have seen a few more opportunities, but the conditions won't allow it today. So Twits put in.
Well, hopefully they've had a good day. And look at that scrum by the SOBs. That was tremendous. That's one of the best we've seen. It looks like they've got the bit between their teeth here, but they need to do a bit more work.
Ross van der Hoek, the new 9, with his hands on the ball here. Let's see, it looks like... and they decide to use the width. And Adam Roberts gets his hand on the ball. Roger Thompson.
Bad pass there.
Yes, and that's
to,
been the story. It's been a
Ian.
tale of the tape in the second half. It's not so much bad hands, Billy, but bad passes. I've seen a lot of passes not go to hand, and it's easy to blame the poor guy that's trying to bend over at 60 years of age to pick the ball up by his shoelaces. But
Exactly.
you've got to put the pass in the right place, and that's been sadly the demise of the SOBs in this second half.
has
is
a
their
little bit
passing
today,
hasn't
yeah.
been as crisp as it was in the first half.
No.
Ian Stagg there with his left hand out there, just making sure the defensive line is up.
And I think he's turning left, actually.
No,
I think he's planning on turning left.
No, I think he's marshalling the troops. He's very good. He's a great communicator, Ian. And look at line speed. He's stealing some yards there on his opposite wing. Go on, Ian. Look at him go.
Look, watch out.
There you go. Okay, I'm gonna. Nice pickup there, I believe, was Adam Van Staveren, and the SOBs regain possession. Look right. Dave Narod feeds Dave McCallum. Dave McCallum drives his legs, but there was an earlier infringement, and the referee brings them back for a scrum. Burnaby knock on SOB ball. It's fantastic, though, Billy, that the yellow shorts and the red shorts and the purple shorts on display keep these guys engaged. I mean, they could be playing lawn green bowling, they could be playing pickleball or bridge down at the local seniors club, but they choose to play rugby.
Exactly. Well, rugby's one of those games, Andy, as you well know. I'm sure you regret not being able to play now because of your injuries.
But being able to commentate.
Look at that.
And Adam Van Staveren goes on a solo run, makes 5 or 10 yards, presents the ball. Ian Stagg
he's going to rock over. He is
cleaning it up, and Ian gets his hands on the ball, and off he goes. And he's still going. No, he's stopped. But now Andrew Phillips has got the ball, sets up a lovely ruck. A little bit of a juggle, and
out comes.
Robo fakes the kick, but then he gets crunched. But sets the ball up nicely as the SOBs look to go through another passage of play. Roger Thompson offloads behind. But a good pick up there by Stabs, and Stabs finds Ian Gendel, and Gendel's off.
Keeps going.
He's off. Support play there by Mike Wilson.
High tackle there a little bit, I thought, but maybe the ref didn't notice.
Because it's your nephew, Bill, you've got to quit the bias. Ball from Marsden.
A good handoff
to Rosie, who throws it to anybody, but
Dave McCallum picks it up.
Regathers. Robo sets up on the right side here. Fiddis, Stagg. The ball was just go through the hands here, but no, it's a pick and go into a brick wall. Another phase. Brandon Bloomfield to Robo. Robo shows, stays up, goes to ground, and resets. Round the corner.
Cheeky little
Marsden gathers. Brandon Bloomfield gets his hands on the ball, sensibly goes to deck, tries to go to deck, and sets up a ruck.
Yeah.
Thompson to Adam Roberts again, and off he goes. Clean pair of heels, left foot step, right foot step, over the top offload, and sadly yet another knock on.
What's been the story of the day?
Tail of the tape, Billy, sadly. Looks like the final whistle there, and it's a repeat of the first leg, would you believe?
Absolutely.
5-3.
So that's 10-6 aggregate.
10-6 aggregate. See, it's a lot easier to keep track, Billy, when you don't work in multiples of 5 and you work in multiples of 1.
It actually is. I never know why we have so many multiples. They really complicated things. It could be like soccer where you just have a goal is a goal.
But a great performance though by the SOBs, who started so strongly.
They did well
in the second half, and maybe it was the conditions that played a factor.
I think they'll be disappointed. They were really hoping for a win today. They pulled in some new blood to try and bolster up and get some speed out on the wing, but the boys are all cheering and back to the bar for a beer, I believe.
Because nobody actually really keeps score at this level, I believe. It's all part of the spirit of the game.
It is. Anyway, Andy, I'm going to sign off for now, so thanks a lot for that, and take care, Brad.
Well, the Burnaby Twits retain the Doc Narod Cup, having won it 3 times out of 4 now, 2018, 2019, and they're now the 2022 Doc Narod Cup victors. So the silverware will stay with them for yet another year. The SOBs will look to regroup, retain some of the new introductions they had today, and come back better and stronger next year, and hopefully have a shot at regaining the Doc Narod Cup. But it's been a wonderful advert for Over 40s rugby. The conditions were not as bad as predicted, and there was no injuries, which is the main thing. So from Shark Tank Productions, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks again to the cameraman, Brad Edmondson and Wade Carpenter, and to our co-commentator, Bill Beresford. Have a great rest of your afternoon.